The Owl's Nest Barbecue 2025 Rib Contest, brought to you by Susie Bullock and all the folks at Hey Grill Hey, by Butcher Barbecue and David Bosca, by the good folks at the Good Charcoal Company, judging done by the guys at Chatted Up Sports, with help from Chattanooga's own Jim Reynolds. March 29th, 10 a.m. at Owl's Nest Barbecue. Be there. The Owl's Nest Barbecue 2025 Rib Championship with Billy Holland, Brandon Ellis, David Roberts, George Gibson, Heath Jordan, Jason Clark, Jason Penley, Mark Ellis, Mark Franklin, Matt Osmond, Michael Williams, Mike Shadwick, and Vince Amata-Angelo, Jeff Maxwell, Steve Davidson, and our scorekeeper, Charles Pellet. Brought to you by Hey Grill Hey, Butcher Barbecue, The Good Charcoal Company, judging by Chatted Up Sports, and Jim Reynolds. March 29th at Owl's Nest Barbecue Supply. Be there. Hey, good Monday. Look who's back.
Oh, hey.
Hey, man, where you been?
Enjoying a little warm weather while it was snowing here.
Yeah, I heard you had an adventure getting back.
Yeah, it was
Took, what, 18 hours to get home?
Yeah, a long time.
Pete went to the airport and his flight got postponed, and he went to another airport and that flight got postponed, and he said he could have driven from Fort Lauderdale.
Actually, West Palm Beach is where I flew out from.
Yeah, and you could have driven home from there to here quicker than you got home.
Exactly.
Air travel. Don't you love it? Hey, everybody, welcome. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. We have got of course, the big thing, Pete, is the rib cook-off coming up March the 29th. It's going to start at 10 in the morning. We've got 14 competitors all lined up. You saw them right before the show started. It's going to be
quality people, man.
Absolutely quality people. And this thing is getting quite a buzz around the people we hang out with. So we're real excited about it. Plan on coming out. We're going to have everybody's going to be lined up at the station in the store cooking, and you can come out and watch them. It's going to be mayhem. It's going to be crazy. There's going to be people running around looking for things, getting things. We're going to supply them with one rack of baby back ribs and one bag of the good charcoal, and the rest is up to them. And they'll have 90 minutes to cook that baby back rib and to cut it up and to serve it to the judges, who are, again, Chatted Up Sports, our buddies over there. And they had a good time, Pete.
Oh, they had
when they were here, man. We had a good time with them. Great bunch of guys. I tell you what, they've got a really good podcast too. That's the guys, Garrett Tolley and his buddies at Chatted Up Sports. Great podcast. You can hear them tonight. Matter of fact, 8 o'clock.
Yeah, 8 o'clock
on Facebook, Chatted Up Sports, or on YouTube if you want to listen to some good local sports guys. They're the guys. Here we go. Let's see. Perry says, good evening, gentlemen. Good evening to you, Perry. Steve Davidson says, hello, Steve and Pete. And Daddy Dutch says, good evening, gents. Good evening to you, Daddy Dutch, from all parts in the United States. Appreciate you watching.
Steve, I got to get back to what we're talking about real quick, though.
Yeah.
But these ribs, right? So, I don't know if everybody that's not watching tonight or everybody's paying attention. I've been watching, right? I saw an hour, 1 hour cook on ribs practice.
Mm-hmm.
I saw an hour and 15-minute cook on practice, and
Yeah.
then saw an hour and like 25-minute cook on. So they are practicing. They're getting ready.
Yeah, there's a lot of pictures of them out there. They posted their practice pictures, and we're going to go all over them
Okay, good, good.
in just a little while. Of course, the contest is sponsored by Hey Grill Hey and by David Bosca. There's Hey Grill Hey. There she is right there. Susie Bullock and all the fine folks at Hey Grill Hey out in Utah. The Good Charcoal Company going to be providing us with the charcoal for the event. And David Bosca is going to be providing us with a little cash money and also some supplies, as is Hey Grill Hey. David said he's going to send over some good stuff. So we want to, Pete and I really appreciate everybody pitching in. It's going to be a fun time. And the guys really appreciate it. We're going to have an announcement next Monday. We're going to announce the new prize purse. And it got good, Pete.
Good, good.
It got good. Michael Williams, I let him in on it. And he said, man, that's serious. He says, it's getting serious now. And it is getting serious. So,
Steve, a lot of people, it's a lot of work. These guys, and I'm just talking two different ways. The guys that are cooking in this, preparation, all that, I put a lot of time and effort into it.
Oh yeah.
But it's a lot of work at Owl's Nest Barbecue too, getting prepared, getting everything together, making sure you have all the right stuff there. You got people coming in, you got all kinds of things. You're looking at three different sides of it. So, congrats to you and your team of people too, that work down there, because they all pitch in, and there's a lot of people and a lot of effort to get prepared for one of these.
Well, and Pete, it's worth it because we have such a good time the day of.
Yep.
We're tired by the end of the day, but everybody has a fun time, and the fellowship just grows and grows and grows. Of all the contests we've had, we have not had one sore loser, and that's a good thing. And I don't expect we ever will, unless I compete.
Yeah, you're a sore loser. You're a sore loser.
I am a sore loser. Hey, let me ask you something. Do you enjoy winning? Or let me ask you this. Do you hate losing more than you enjoy winning?
I would say I hate losing.
Me too.
Worse, much worse than you could ever imagine.
I'm
not a good loser.
And I'm an okay winner. I guess I expect to win because that's the way I go into all contests, expect to win.
You should.
And when I lose, and folks, it's way more times if I lost than I won. That feeling I get is just, it's awful. I got to get over that.
You know what? I mean, it's nothing.
Counseling.
The thing, as long as you're not taking your losing and your upsetness out on everybody else, it's not too wrong.
I did once.
I did once. But Steve, nobody enters or gets involved in anything like this wanting to lose, right? Everybody wants to win.
Oh, absolutely.
So
we're paying 5 places. So out of the 14 competitors, 5 are going to get some cash tola.
And that's good.
It's pretty good. Paying top 5.
The chili contest was the same way. Turned out pretty good.
Yeah, we paid top 3 there.
Yeah. So
yeah, sure did.
So yeah, Steve, it's great to be able to do this. And I'll tell you, I'm excited about it.
We can do that is with the help of the Good Charcoal Company, Hey Grill Hey, and David Bosca Butcher Barbecue. That's the reason we can pay out these places. We appreciate their support and their support of barbecue and their support of the little guys like us that they know are important to their business, because they are important to the little guys like us, our business too.
They have been the little guys like us, and worked their way into
exactly.
So
they know from whence we came.
That's right.
Okay, Pete, we're going to get to the pictures here in just a little bit. I got word today that I got 12 pit barrel PBX smokers on the way to the store. Our first big shipment of the year is coming. We're waiting on charcoal to get here, the good charcoal. We're getting briquettes and lump, and we've got the PBXs coming, the pit barrel PBXs. Mike Shadwick's got one. Our buddy Bud Jackson's got one. We have sold several of the classic size barrels, and that I wanted to talk about just for a little bit. And I want everybody that's listening. I want y'all to chime in too. Good evening, Jason. Thanks for watching. And Jason, you can chime in. Steve Davidson and Jeff, everybody out there. Is this the year where charcoal is going to make a comeback? Do you think, Pete?
I think it already has. I think it actually started at the end of last year, to be honest with you. But I think this year is going to even be more and more and more. I think everybody, so COVID, let's go back and talk about COVID. Everybody and their brother bought pellet smokers. They bought, gas grill. They bought a lot of stuff because people were at home a lot. Well, it's kind of changed a little bit. But now people are starting to get out. I'm amazed at how many people are buying these pit barrels. The taste, you and I have cooked so many different things, and bar none, anything we cook on, that puts the best flavor to me out there for the majority of everything we cook.
It does. I think people, and I've got two pellet cookers, 2 Green Mountain grills. I love them. I've got two pit barrels. I cook on them all the time. I love them. I love them more than anything that I've got. And hang on a minute. Steve Davidson's got a question. I wish Steve Davidson is not sleeping at night. I promise you. He is so worried. In the rib competition, what time will we be allowed to start the pits? Steve, you can start the pits anytime you want to before 10 o'clock. It's you start cooking at 10, but I would get there early and I'd have my pit fired up and ready to go. So if you get there at 6:30 in the morning and you want to light your grill, Steve, I will give you your bag of charcoal, and you can start your pit. That's a good question.
Yeah, it is.
Absolutely.
And Steve, you were talking about your smokers and grills, and I bet you everybody on here you'll get a response from. But for me, you personally gave me a PK. That I love a charcoal grill and have one, but I'll be honest with you, I love the food off of that PK as well as anything I've ever cooked on. Believe it or not, it's just, to me, that thing's just amazing, and the charcoal is the thing to it, right?
Yeah. There's Johnny Maggs from Pit Life Podcast. Johnny's podcast is in the top 10 in the United States of best podcast out there.
Saw that.
And Johnny, what we're talking about, if you didn't hear, we're talking about is this year where charcoal is going to make a comeback. With the backyard grillers.
Yeah.
Because I know we have cranked up our pit barrel. The last part of last year and this year, we have just been cooking. Mostly everything we cook is on that pit barrel.
We've been wearing it out
because we have the taste. We tried to get the taste in the pellet cookers, and you no matter what you do, Pete, you can't do it now. Pros and cons.
Convenience.
There you go. Pros and cons. And I want to hear from everybody. Jason, Steve, you're welcome, by the way. Jason Clark said that I don't know where his post went, but he said that it never left his house.
Yeah.
So there are people out there.
Hey, and I wanted, while you were mentioning that, I wanted to say congrats to Johnny Maggs as well for that. That was a big deal. I saw that out there.
That's a big deal.
A big deal. And Johnny's a great guy. So love to see that for him.
Steve Davison says charcoal and wood is the way to go. Jason said get some rest and quit worrying about it. Have fun. Yeah, right. Jason he ain't sleeping either. He ain't sleeping either. I know him. Daddy Dutch says hello, Danny. Billy Holland, I agree with Jason. I never stopped using charcoal and wood. I did stop using charcoal for probably 2 years, except the few times that I cranked up the PK grill.
Well, and you use charcoal, but you used it for your
in the gravity feed. Yeah, and now in a gravity feed and using my offsets to get the fire started. Absolutely use. I should clarify. I never I've never thrown charcoal to the wayside. I've always had it around.
Right.
But most of the time, I'm using my pellet grills at the station, at
Yeah,
the
they're just
store,
convenient.
and at the house because, right, the convenience of it.
But Steve, I'll say this: the pit barrel. Since we've been playing with the pit barrels, it is so easy and convenient. I mean, so fast to put your charcoal, get it going, get your meat in there, put the lid on it, and let it go. And just check it if you want to spritz it here. Check it once or twice, but until it's done. I mean, I love that.
Heath Jordan says, I have not used an actual charcoal grill in years, to be honest. And now Heath cooks with a gravity flow, and he's using charcoal in his gravity cookers,
right.
but he's not, like he says, I'm not using the grills. I tell you, since we cranked up these pit barrel cookers again, Pete, I have just refallen in love with them. We've always had them, but they didn't sell like the pellet grills were.
Right.
And then all of a sudden, boom, everybody wants a pit barrel barbecue, a pit barrel grill.
Well, I think
pit barrel cooker.
Part of it is for your place, Steve, is you educate people. And, we've heard this from so many people that had looked at them at other places, went somewhere, nobody give them the time of day. So, we've sold stuff to people. They've come picked it up. You've took the time. Hey, bring in something or put something on there, cook it. Let them see how easy it is. The cleanup is easy. Only thing I recommend for the pit barrel is that bottom tray.
Ash pan.
You need that ash pan because without it, it's a mess. But with it, it's
not that bad though.
No, but it's still easy to clean. Easier to clean it with it.
You just got to pick the barrel up and dump it.
Yeah.
But the barrels don't weigh that much. Johnny Maggs chiming in. Pellet grills are great and convenient. Yeah. But you can't get that definitive taste from a charcoal cooker. Get that definitive taste from a charcoal cooker, my opinion. Right. What he's saying is the taste is far, far superior on a charcoal grill. Let's see. Johnny and Dutch are having their own conversation. That's all right. Heath Jordan says the ugly drum is what I developed my passion for barbecue on by using. Well, that's charcoal smoker Heath. So, and you can grill on that thing.
Yep.
Steve Davis and John, lump charcoal is better than briquettes. I would say sometimes they are.
Applications. I'm just going to tell you some applications they are because sometimes I think it burns hotter, and when I don't want it to burn hotter,
when we use the pit barrel cooker, I always use briquettes. But Noah Glanville, the guy that invented the pit barrel cooker, uses lump. So he has gone solely to lump charcoal. So he apparently he wants that a little bit of hotter burn. The longevity. I don't know. I've never used lump charcoal in a pit barrel cooker.
So if I was using a pit barrel cooker during this rib cook-off or whatever I was using, and I wanted it to be hot because I knew I had a time limit, that's a time I would consider using the lump.
Yep. Jeff says only charcoal for me. Do not own a pellet cooker. He doesn't. He's got, I think, 3 barrels and a gravity feed that uses charcoal in.
Yeah.
Robert Fisher's joining us. Hello, Robert. Love my pit barrel. Best ribs I've ever done. You got that right. You can't beat the taste of a pit barrel cooker.
Well, we need to put Jeff into, a pellet cooker since he don't have one, right? And that way he can join the group with having a little one of each.
He says briquettes create so much more ash for me. I guess. I've never seen that big of a deal. John says, I also think the progression of the pellet boom during COVID got bit by the barbecue bug and now are expanding. I also think the progression of the pellet boom during COVID, people got bit by the barbecue bug and now are expanding.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. Yeah.
I don't understand it.
Well, he's just saying, because of COVID, go back and pull up and read what he was saying. You know what? I kind of brought up COVID too. The pellet boom during COVID they got bit by the barbecue bug and now are expanding. So what he's saying is, a lot of people went out and bought that. And now that they're into barbecuing, they're trying different things.
Oh, I
So,
see.
yeah, they're expanding.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes
Which
sense.
is why I'm
I'm
saying.
sorry, John. I'm stupid. I understand now that you're right. You got the pellet grill. Now it said, hey, this stuff tastes okay, but they go somewhere at a friend's house and they taste it coming off of a charcoal cooker, and the wife says, hey, this tastes better than yours, and that's the gone. That's the ultimate.
That is, no matter what you think, you got to change.
Yeah. Mark Ellis says, is the charcoal you provided the only one used? Yes, Mark. That will be the only pellet, the only charcoal you will be able to use. And there'll be briquettes. There'll be briquettes. Okay. So the good charcoal briquettes will be the only thing that you can use.
Even Steven for everybody.
Exactly. Everybody's going to cook on with the same fuel. Brett Hilliard says he goes, I like my pellet grill, but definite charcoal flavor profile that many prefer. Yep. Jason says, I agree. People are going back to the basic way of cooking. I believe that, Jason. All my cookers are coal fed. There's nothing like the taste of food cooked over hot coals in wood splits. I like that. I picked a bag of good charcoal company lump. Plan on trying it in the Southern Q. That should work. I used to use lump charcoal in my gravity feed cookers. I stopped using it and I used briquettes. And the only reason is I was looking for a consistent burn. And with briquettes, you get the same burn cook after cook after cook. With the briquettes, you get different burns because they're different sizes. They come down the chimney at different temperatures. You'll get a spike, you get a dump, you get a spike, you'll get a dump. But if that doesn't bother you, that's fine. And ordinarily that doesn't bother me.
Well, you may have skipped one. Go back up one.
Steve shouldn't read Johnny's accent. That's about right.
It's that strong accent.
That's pretty good. And so Steve's going to use the company. He's going to use the lump charcoal in his Southern Q. So that's good. That's a good thing. I just think that charcoal, I do think it's making a comeback. Now, with saying that, we brought in some charcoal grills last year and they didn't perform well, not near as well as the pellet cookers did.
But we have
Mountain grills.
But we have sold a ton of charcoal for whatever.
Whatever the
uses
we do sell a lot of charcoal. But I'm saying the pit barrels sold well. But I mean, I brought in some just regular kettles and some
a couple old countries and different kinds,
and we couldn't give them away. People weren't interested in that. So maybe I should say the charcoal drum cooker is going to not maybe a comeback, but an introduction to the backyard cooker.
I'll tell you how you can tell. If you can get online somewhere and look at Weber and see what Weber's done in the last year or how they're have been, working, right, or improvements or whatever. Because that's what I've always judged everything by.
Yeah.
Weber's charcoal.
Yeah.
Right. And so if they're
I'd sell if I could buy them, I'd sell them.
Yeah. Weber's
they won't sell to me.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. I can't spell read correctly. These guys they're just hilarious. I think maybe that's it. Maybe that's it, everybody. That the backyard cooker who is not that familiar with drums. I know some people cooked on them because their dads cooked on them, that kind of stuff, but have mostly used gas grills and then went to a pellet grill and like I said, went over somebody's house and got some good food off of a charcoal grill or charcoal smoker. Maybe they're now discovering drums. And that's why the pit barrel cooker is getting so popular because it's a drum and it's so affordable.
And again, education. People learning how to use them, I'll tell you, there's nothing easier to me to use.
Mm-hmm.
Hang your meat or put it on top if you don't on the rack, whatever you want to do. Once your fire's going, close it up.
I tell you, on the pit barrel, when you hang food on that thing, it's a different ball game. You can, I'm talking about a brisket. You can hang pork butts. I'm glad to show you how to do it. It's not hard. It is a different taste. It is a better taste. It's a quicker cook because the barrel runs so much hotter. It's I just think if everybody comes by and gives them a try. I know Mike Shadwick bought one, and he sold his gravity feed. Bud Jackson said his what kind of pellets he got? He's got one of those
Rectech.
yeah,
Rectech.
his Rectech is sitting in the garage drawing dust now because every time he cooks, he uses his pit barrel, and they're not hard to fix as far as fixing up ready to cook. They're easy. I cooked something on a gravity feed yesterday, Pete. I cooked a brisket. I used the gravity feed instead of the pit barrel, and I can start that pit barrel 4 times faster than I can start that gravity feed and get it up to temperature. I mean,
there's no doubt. I mean,
I could have been cooking an hour and a half
that's my point.
earlier. Yeah.
You light your charcoal and and have it ready to go, pour it in there on the rest of the charcoal and you're done.
Yeah.
Put your meat in and go.
So I think what I found here talking to everybody is I think maybe that the barrels are making their introduction to the backyard cooker.
Yeah.
Because nobody, but the thing is with a gateway, those gateway drums and stuff, they're so expensive. I mean, they're $1,400, and you can buy a pit barrel for $3.99 and get everything you need. So let's see here. Fish says he started with my barbecue bug with a Weber kettle. Now my supplies are Owl's Nest, including lump charcoal and briquettes are my go-to. Charcoal is more social and a great intro. The new Weber kettle. Yep, I think as I've stated, Fish, that I am the only human being that has never owned a kettle smoker, kettle grill. Never owned it. Is what I use. You should stock a cover that fits. I wouldn't know where I could get a kettle cover. I don't sell kettles, but that's okay. That's all right. But I appreciate everybody chiming in. I appreciate our buddies at what they use. And I left one out here. Says Heath Jordan says I only use Royal Oak in the limos. We're gonna get you hooked up, Heath, on a bag of the good charcoal. We're gonna let you try some of that. So you'll put that orange bag away and you'll get some good charcoal. Or we also have the B&B lump too. We're still going to stay a B&B distributor as well.
Yeah, B&B's been
charcoal
good.
And briquettes. I mean, charcoal, briquettes, and lump. B&B charcoal is one fantastic charcoal. They make great products. We're selling their pellets now, and that is one good company, B&B. We've got the pellets and the charcoal there if you're looking for fuels. All right, Pete. With that being said, let's go to the board. And here we go. Start them out. I wanted to apologize to Billy Holland last week when you weren't here, and I was having to do everything because usually when you're talking, I'm doing stuff, and you weren't here to talk, so I left out Billy on the when I introduced all the participants.
That was the week before. I was here, and he called it out. Or somebody
You were
did.
here?
I was here when that happened.
Well,
and you actually thought he was talking about something else, and you responded back to it. But yeah, I was here when that.
Well, Billy, I apologize. I
think you just misunderstood.
Let's see. Robert Fisher says I never cook anything but hamburgers on my pellet grill. Everything else on the pit barrel. I can live with that. Fits the new bigger grill. Yep. Okay. All right. Thank you for that. There's Billy Holland's pork butt he put on the.
That looks good.
Yeah, it looks nice. Billy's got
Good color.
It's got a nice color.
Yeah.
And this is what he cooked it on, a barrel. It's Billy's homemade barrel. You can make barrels. You can buy barrels. Billy made that one, and that is so cool. He's got the patina on it. And look at that.
Got a little
license plate down
opener.
there. Yeah. Okay, looks good, Billy. David Roberts. There's let's see. This is his new assassin offset cooker, and he did some ribs, and it looks like a couple ribs and a couple pork butts on there from David. And David also sent in a picture of some ribs, which I thought some baby backs I thought were just beautiful, and I put those on the I put those on the front page. They were so pretty.
His response with them was they weren't quite. Those were cooked. I think he said in an hour and 15 minutes, but weren't cooked quite to what he wanted. But he was still working on it, and I'm sure they were good. I'm sure they're really good.
Yeah, it's hard to say. The color's good though for being cooked on a grill.
Yeah, I read those things, guys. I read them. Believe it or not, I read what's put in there.
That looks good though. That's good looking rack of ribs, David. Dustin Bryant, a newer member of the nation. There's a spiral cut ham that he's doing on his smoker. That looks that almost looks like a Sharpay, doesn't it?
Man, that's huge.
I like that. That's a big old. I love that
big old ham.
I could just piece that ham and slap it between two pieces of bread. Throw some mayonnaise.
Sister Schuster roll.
Yeah, that'd be.
That's what it's good on.
And put some mayo on that thing. Ooh, that'd be good. That'd be good. Here's Jeff's doing his rib. Look at that. He's doing his on a kettle. He's got it set up for an offset cook. He's got it right there in the middle. And here is the finished product. He's got it cut up. That looks pretty good. A lot of good char on there.
Just next time, Jeff, turn one to the side so we can look in the middle.
Yes.
I want to see what it looks like in the center there.
See if it's got a smoke ring on it.
I want to check it out. It looks good, though. Looks good, Jeff.
Now, Jeff posted this. I hope Jeff will comment on this. This is I can't remember if he said it was, I think he said an egg. Is that an egg, Pete?
Looks like an egg and green pepper.
Yeah. On a roll for Lent. He said that's it, practicing for Lent. And
he's giving up meat.
Okay. But Jeff turned that in, and I guess if you put that thing together, it would taste good. A little salt. I'd put a little horseradish or mayonnaise on it.
No meat. I'm not eating it.
But no meat.
I gotta have some meat.
Hey, if you put some of Dustin Bryant's ham on that thing, Jeff, you have a winner.
Well, what he should do, I'll tell you what.
Ham and egg.
Go good with that is one of those mushrooms. Big mushroom, cooking
mushroom.
Big pork.
There you go. There you go.
And a portobello mushroom, a little Gouda cheese.
Yeah.
There you have it.
Jeff says it's a pepper and egg. Okay. All right. Yeah. Okay.
Smoked Gouda with
yeah. What would be wrong with a portobello mushroom on there? Mark Ellis. And then look at this, Mark. Look what Mark's got going. Prime rib.
Yeah. Look, and
Mark, that's beautiful.
Looks good.
That is beautiful, Mark.
I think he was getting about ready to pull that. He was saying it was getting close.
That color there. Jeff's color is fantastic. David's color looks good on these ribs. These guys, Pete, they can cook.
Yep.
These guys can cook. Here is Michael Shadwick's. Again, two great looking ribs. Michael Shadwick's practice baby back ribs too. And I'm glad you guys are practicing. And because what we're asking you to do is going to be a challenge. 90 minutes on a baby back rib. I hope you're out there looking at different videos. I posted one that Heath Riles did, cutting all the individual ones up. He cooked them on a top rack, but they can be cooked a lot faster than what Heath did. And Malcolm's got a video something similar.
I used to cook mine like that.
Cut them up first.
Cut them up individually like that, and season them up and put them on there. And I just, kept stirring them, moving them around.
Yeah.
And then sauced them a little at the end.
Now there's Michael Williams. He's got.
There we go. There's
5, and look at that bite mark. That bite mark is perfect. Michael looks like he nailed that. It's a good looking box there, Michael. That's what your box will look like. If you're wondering what's going to look like when you turn it into the judges, it's going to look just like that. No garnish of any sort. Nothing. I mean, nothing in that box except 5 ribs. And I don't mean 6 ribs. I don't mean 4 ribs. I mean 5 ribs. We are going to be, if there's a garnish in there, you're gone. You're not even going to get to be judged. And we say sorry because no garnish. We don't want any garnish. Everybody always complains about having to put garnish in a box. And inadvertently, when you do a contest without garnish, somebody always puts garnish in the box.
What about a bite on it like that in there?
Yeah.
That wouldn't look too good.
That wouldn't look too good, but that I bet it would taste good.
Yeah.
Though. That's a good looking box, Michael. That's what he cooked them on. He cooked them on his mailbox. That is actually a charcoal grill that can be used as a grill and or smoker. Thomas Damon. Now, Thomas, these were very unusual, Pete. Thomas did some Dutch oven cooking. Those are potatoes.
Yep, I've done these.
I have with a piece of Velveeta processed.
But it's pork chops on the bottom.
I got
pork loin, and then he's got bacon over it, and potatoes in there, and cheese. That was a common thing to eat in my house.
There you go.
Except the only thing we added to it, cream of mushroom soup.
Be good. Looks like he's got his Velveeta torn up a little bit there. I see some onions. Got some bunch of stuff in there. There's the ingredients right there. Yep. Onions and that might be the cream of mushroom soup over there, Pete.
I don't know.
To our left, there's the pork chops, the cheese, and the bacon.
Yep.
That's everything that went in it. It looks good, Thomas, as usual. You know, Thomas Damon, he amazes me.
Oh yeah.
You know,
he
never cooks the same stuff twice.
And man, he definitely does all the cooking.
Look at that! Look at that!
That's amazing.
That's done. That just screams eat me right there. That just screams eat me. That looks fantastic. I bet those potatoes are just.
See, the meat's done down on the bottom. And that sauce that's in there, potatoes and all. I guarantee it's a creamy. Oh man, looks good. Looks good.
Steve Davidson turned in some ribs. There's a good looking rib that Steve has been practicing with. There's the whole rack. And was that a baby back, Steve? I guess it was. Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
And that looks good. That looks very tender. I can still see it's going to be very juicy. That's a good looking rib right there. Steve he and Randy also did some stew. It's good looking stew. I like stew, especially this time of year.
Yeah, I do.
Chili too. And I just want to introduce Charles Pellet real quick. Charles is our scorekeeper, and Charles donates all his time. He's retired from Big Blue, and he knows computers and he knows spreadsheets, and he's just a smart guy. And we're lucky to have him as part of our pro staff. And Charles is going to come down and keep the score. And you know what, Pete? That makes it so easy and so fast that we can get the results back so quickly to all the participants. You know.
Yep. Charles is a great guy, great individual, great person, good friend. You couldn't ask for somebody any better. I'll tell you, he would do anything for any of you.
He's solid as a rock. And just want to remind everybody on the way, but we've got them in stock now, but we've got more coming. Pit Barrel PBX. This is the large one. This is the year of the Pit Barrel at Owl's Nest Barbecue and Spot. We're still going to stock the Green Mountain grills, but this is the year of the Pit Barrel. We want you to come in, and if you bought a Green Mountain grill from us, this is the year to add. Like Johnny Mag said, expand your horizons, Perry Collins. Expand your know-how. Try to step outside of that comfort zone and learn to cook on something that's going to give you better flavor, that's easy to use like this Pit Barrel is, and will make better food for you and taste better. I promise you, once you use this thing, it'd be hard to go back to a pellet taste. You know what, Pete?
I'm cooked on a pellet. I haven't cooked on my pellets smoker since we've been cooking on that.
They're unbelievable. They're unbelievable. All right, man. Let's see. Got some more comments. Oh, Let's see here. Jason Penley said, I have recently acquired my bucket list pellet smoker. I will reveal it soon. I still own lots of charcoal cookers, but I'm drooling over my recent purchase. He says, I've recently acquired my bucket list pellet cooker. Now, I'll bet you that may be an expensive one.
Maybe a Yoder.
It may be a Yoder. He may have gone down to Texas and grabbed one though. Fish said that would make it green eggs and ham. Yes, it would. Jeff says Mike marked his box with a bite mark. Yes, that's exactly right. And Perry said, got to get my deck covered first. Yeah, Perry's got a brand new deck. He's got that
Trex?
Yeah, Trex stuff, and he's worried about burning his deck. I don't blame him.
Well, that's why you need to just get you a.
Yeah, when you're cooking with charcoal and coals.
So you know what the perfect thing to use is you can buy those big square, like they use them for air conditioning units, or they use them for hot water heaters, and you can buy one of them pans and big trays that you can put down right there and just set it right in there, and it'll be good to go.
Hey, everybody, don't forget March the 29th is the Owl's Nest Barbecue Supply Rib Championship, and it is brought to you by the good folks at Butcher Barbecue, the good folks at Chatted Up Sports. They're going to be our judges for the contest. We've got Hey Grill Hey. They are one of our sponsors, and the Good Charcoal Company, all the good folks at the Good Charcoal Company. I just can't tell you how appreciative we are. And stay tuned next week, next Monday. We're going to announce the new prize person, the new prize schedule, and I think you're really going to be excited about this. You're going to be glad you got in. You're going to be glad you didn't stay on the fence, and you're going to be glad you got in, because like our buddy Michael Williams said, it's getting serious. It's getting serious. We may have our first sore loser. You know what? When they see this prize purse.
It's not, you know what? Nobody's a happy loser, Steve. I don't think any of these guys would be a sore loser. They're not going to be a happy loser. I wouldn't either. And you wouldn't. You're worse than all of them.
I'm the worst. That's why I'm not in the contest. So, I'm the worst.
You know what? All you got to do is focus on I'm going to be the winner.
I hold the world's record for the farthest a thermometer's been thrown. I promise you. And when I played tennis, I had a tennis racket that had more airtime than Lindbergh did. All right, we're going to roll. Pete, let's get out of here, and we will see you online next Saturday morning on the 20 at 10 show. And, of course, come to the store and see us. We're open until 5 o'clock Monday through Friday and until 3 o'clock on Saturday.
People on the product. And I think for us, we've had some really good retailers. We were just talking about one today that came on with us, Owl's Nest Barbecue. He's awesome, but he sold a lot of product, but he's passionate about it. Yep. He talks about it. He educates his people, his staff, everybody on it.
That's February. It's only got 28 days.
Oh, then look, it shows March, but what it's doing is showing because of the one on there.
You're getting to see a behind the scenes conversation here.
It's okay.
It's okay. It's all right. All right, we're gonna get out of here. We'll see you at the store. Bye.